Merhaba and hello. Welcome back to the part 2. So today we will talk about the vowel harmony. In the previous lesson, remember we discussed we use lar and lar to make plural words. But how do we decide? Is it lar? Is it lar? Haydi bakalım. To make it clear, I separated the vowels, the vocals of the Turkish language into two groups. I say first group, sounds, birinci grup sesler. We call it kalın sesler. I know when you check the dictionary, it means thick. They are not thick. I don't know. We call it thick sounds like kalın sesler, but we use a, I, o, u. We produce them on the back side of our mouth. I'm gonna repeat it. This, repeat after me or together with me. A, I, o, u. You produce these sounds on your back part of the mouth. So they are kalın, all right, they are thick, but they are back vowels. Let's call them like back vowels. The second group, we call them thin sesler, like ince, okay, light sounds. Let me say it light. We can say hard and light. We can call them whatever you want. They are the dots, okay, the letters with dots and plus E. For example, let's produce them together. You remember the alphabet. E, I, Ö, Ü. Again, together. E, I, Ö, Ü. So you produce these sounds on the front side of your mouth. You can practice, you can come back, you can just rewind and practice again at this time of the video. So you produce them in different parts of your mouth. So they are different. It's easy to separate. For example, half of them have dots, half of them they don't have dots, like I, O, Ü. I'm talking about this group, okay, and A and A, like lar and lar. So we decide if we put lar or if we write, if we say lar, according to these groups of sounds. Don't panic, it's super easy. Oh, sorry. So the final vowel, so you have a word, the final vowel is A, I, O, U. The final vowel of the word is A, I, O, U. You follow with lar. So you can use this. Let me get my pencil here. Okay, if you have A on the last vowel, you continue with A. Okay, and the vowels without dots also continue. You have to follow with lar. This is the shift. This is the code. Okay, this is easy to remember. So remember, if the final vowel is A, you continue with lar, like A. They follow each other. It's parallel. And if you have the sounds without dots, you also follow with lar. And the other one, which is if the final vowel is E, you continue with lar. So if you want to make plural words, okay, if you want to make words plural, you gotta use this lar. But if the final vowel is E, you just use lar. And the other vowels, if they have dots like I, Ö, Ö, you also have to continue with lar. So this is actually easy. When you first see it, it's like, oh my God, what is this? But you get used to it. And it makes sense. You'll understand it later. So this is our formula. Let's say it like this. And let's look at some examples. Baba, remember the alphabet? We taught many words we learned. We discussed many words. One of them was baba. Baba. The final vowel is A. it ends with an A. It doesn't have to be the last vowel, but in the word, it's the final vowel. Baba. So if it means father, by the way, as you see from the pictures, baba. But if you want to say more than one father, for example, there is a meeting, there are many fathers in this meeting. How do you say babalar? Okay, repeat with me. Baba, babalar. Very nice. So what did we do? Baba, father, babalar, fathers. And next, kapı. It means door, as you see from the pictures. The door, a door, kapı. The final vowel, it's ı. It doesn't have a dot. If I want to make it plural, like doors, like the music group, the Doors, I have to do kapılar. Okay, look at here. Kapılar. It follows like this. Next example, again, doctor. The final vowel, okay, it's not at the end of the word. Look at here. Here, kapı, it's the final and it's the final sound and final vowel. It doesn't have to be the final sound. Look at, it ends with a consonant. Doctor. Doctor ends with a consonant, but it's okay. We just check the final vocal. Okay, what is the final vowel here? It's O. So no dots. How do you continue? How do you make it plural? Doktorlar. Doktor? Doktorlar, like doctors, obviously. And çocuk. Ooh, it ends with a U, no dots vocal. As you see, the final, it's not the final sound. It's final vowel. What I mean here is, as you see, there is O and there is U. There are two vowels in this word. Which one do I have to choose? I have to choose the final, the finish vowel, okay? It doesn't have to be the last sound. We don't care. Just look at which is the final vowel. Çocuk, it means child. Çocuklar, it means children. Çocuk, çocuklar. And okay, so this is lar group. Let's talk about the details of ler. The plural suffix ler. You know, we have two options. Anne. Okay, mom, mother. Anneler, mothers. Okay, as you see, look at here. This is a perfect example. As you see, anne has two vowels. The first vowel, the second vowel. So you have a and you have e. But when you make it plural, always check the final vowel. I know I said 100 times. I'm gonna say it 101 more. Okay, this is my 101st time saying this. Check the final vowel. Okay, so it's the first, the second, the final is e. So if I say mother, anne. But if I want to say group of mothers, I have to say anneler, like here. Sorry, I'm a bit slow today. Okay. And kedi, cat. Kedi, the final sound, the final vowel is E with a dot. So the rule says you have to follow with a ler. You have to produce it on the front, kediler. Why does it make sense? Do you understand? I think you got the idea because there's a pattern here. My mouth produce kedi, the final sound in the front. Okay, I produce the sound E in the front. I mean, we say something, but I don't know how to explain. Okay, so the final sound, it appeared, it is produced here in the front part. So if you say kediler, okay, A is at the back. So front sounds, back sounds. So my mouth is already in the front. Okay, so it's easier to say kediler. And if it's baba, my mouth produced the sound at the back. So I have to make it like I have to continue producing the sound, the last part. I hope it makes sense. Okay, you'll understand it. Okay, you get used to it usually, but this is the system. Okay, that's why we follow. Okay, if it's E, the sound, the tongue, the mouth is already working in the front, so we have to continue with this like we have to continue the same group of. It's easier to say, by the way. Kedi, cat, a cat. Kediler, cats. And köy, it means village. Village, köy, köy. A group of villages, köyler. Obviously, you have ö, okay, the final and the only and final sound. It's it has dots. So the dots rule, it means you have to follow, you have to like continue with ler. The dots take ler. Also, it's soft sounds, front sounds, continue with front sounds. Üzüm, our final word today, üzüm. So grapes, I don't know, grapes. I know you see a lot of grapes there. Students ask, oh my God, it's not one grape, İrem. I know, but you can call it üzüm. Like I'm gonna buy grapes, you can say üzüm alacağım. Like the literal translation, we use üzüm like singular form, but when you see like a vineyard, okay, like in the garden, all the grapes, like group of grapes, a bunch of grapes all around, you just use üzümler. So I know it's not one piece of grape, but you can say üzüm. For example, I like üzüm. You say, I like grapes. You say, üzüm seviyorum. Ben üzüm seviyorum. Like seni seviyorum. I love you. Üzüm seviyorum. I love grapes. Like you can form this. Üzümler, it means grapes. Okay, so üzüm, if it's a group, no matter what, you can call it üzüm. And üzümler, grapes. So you have dots. Dot sounds are soft sounds. They are front sounds. So they take ler. Okay, so this is the end. On part 3, I'm gonna talk about exceptions. We say lar, ler, lar, ler. There's a system, but, okay, it's a surprise. There are some words, okay? We will talk about 5 words that are, when you say abnormal, they work differently, okay? They are not standard plurals. We will talk about not standard plurals on part 3. So, görüşmek üzere.